Thank you everyone. Thank you, my preset clapping and hollering track that I made for this video specifically. I'm the AC, and it's the last week of the year, and I decided I'm going to do my top 10 of the 2010s for the rest of the week. So, what does this mean? This means that on this next day, on Thursday, I will have my Nintendo top 10 video games. Friday, I will have a little announcement and another reading for the AC stories. Saturday, I will have the World of the AC, which will be the top 10 years of this past decade, which will be just me running down through my life. Now, on Sunday, for What You Do on Otaku, I'm going back to my old little grudge with Crunchyroll's editorials top 100 anime, and I made my own top 100 anime. And then Monday, on What You Do on Other Nerds, I have my other non-anime movies, or non-anime shows / movies. And then Tuesday, I have my top 10 of what I've read. So, get ready for this next week of me announcing my top 10s. Now, let us begin. What is up? I'm the AC, and this is Nintendo Nerd. Yeah. And today will be the first video of my top 10, and I'm going with my top 10 games of the decade. Let's start with number 10. Number 10 will be Pokemon Black and White / Black 2 White 2. These games were great. One of my first favorite games I enjoyed since Gold. Yeah, I like the feel of it. I like how massive it was, how many additional Pokemon they got, and there was still some difficulty left. Something that I feel a lot of the games afterwards haven't had. Number 9 is Oxenfree. This is a game that has surprised me. It's just a little impulse buy I saw on sale in Nintendo's eShop. It's just a weird little story. I had a little drink the few times I've played it, and I've played through the game multiple times. The reason I love it so much is because of how weird I feel when I play it. And the great part is the time element. It's like these time loops that go through. So when you do replay it, the best part is it's like everything's deja vu to you. And it is genius. I absolutely love it. Number 8, Mario Kart 8 / Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I love most Nintendo stuff. That's why this whole segment has been named Nintendo. And Mario Kart 8, one, is just a game I think I'm great at. I do awesome. And it's just fun to play with other people. Can't complain. Number 7, not originally a Nintendo game, but it is Skyrim. And luckily, they put it on the Switch. So I played it. I've actually played through it multiple times. You know, the one time I betrayed, actually, one of the times I betrayed Nintendo and played a game that wasn't theirs. Oh well, most people know what Skyrim is. I'm not going into it anymore. Number 6, Shin Megami Tensei 4. Man, this is another one. I got it as a gift, didn't know what it was at all, immediately loved it. And apparently, there's like 2 main tracks you follow on, Chaos and Order. And then I realized there's a neutral route, which I got on accident without even knowing it. Apparently the harder route, harder to even get into. That's me. Number 5, Tetris 99. A free game on Nintendo Switch that I absolutely love. What am I going to do? I can't help it. It's like an addiction. I love puzzle games. I love strategy games. And playing against 99 other people like Battle Royale Tetris, I don't know why more people don't do it. Number 4, another game. When I originally I just got it out of impulse. I was like, I need a new game for my Wii U. Hey look, what is this Splatoon thing? Immediately fell in love with it. Splatoon 1 and 2, both great games. Can't stop playing them. First game I got for my Switch. And also, I think I'm pretty great at this game too. Maybe that's why I love it, because I'm good at it. Who knows? And then, number 3, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and 3 Ultimate. And Gens. Not World though. Fuck World. Anyways, I love this game. Originally got it playing it through my brother on his 3DS. Then I got it for my Wii U. Played all the time. It was so freaking hard. But I played it. I couldn't stop playing it. Man. And then once you get more friends to start playing with you, you're just slaying them monsters. I also made friends online. It was the first time making friends with random people online. People I would consistently play with. Never knew who they were. Barely knew anything about them. It was awesome. Great experience. Number 2. One of the most surprising of my list is Xenoblade Chronicles X. I do not like mecha stuff. I don't really like mecha anime, don't really like mecha games, don't really like the whole futuristic kind of thing. For some reason, I love this game. I absolutely love it. The soundtrack is amazing. I don't know. The world is huge. I think I spent 60 hours just in the first island before I even went any further. And there's so much to do. I love the characters. Oh, man. This game was a gem on the Wii U. So many more people should have played it. And yeah, it's a little different than Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. Oh well, I hope they make a second one of this one. Now, on to my all-time favorite game of the year. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. That's right. Fuck you, Twilight Princess. Skyward Sword is the best Legend of Zelda game. The soundtrack is phenomenal. The story is the absolute best in all of the Legend of Zelda games. I don't know why anybody argues. The motion controls were fun. I understand accessibility issues. Yeah, maybe they could have done something with that. But man, the game was beautiful. I just loved spending time in Skyloft. It was just a great home hub to be in. And you could fly around, explore the sky. Then you could go on land, explore the land. A lot of things you could do. Now, that was my top 10. I do have some honorable mentions though, just because they're great games. I love playing them, but they didn't like hit me, or I didn't replay them as much as all the other games. One is Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Lucky. Both those games I played a lot, but I didn't really replay them a lot. And they were great, but compared to my other top 10, for some reason, I couldn't justify putting them in there. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I love Skyward Sword. Breath of the Wild had a lot to beat. Yeah, it was a great game. You could do a whole lot. Very open world. But, what am I going to do? Skyward Sword was in there. It got me. Got me right here. And then my most disappointing of my honorable mentions is Minecraft. As soon as they put that on the Switch, it has taken over my world. Mainly because it's just a nice, relaxing, mindless game that I can do. What am I going to do? I've wasted so much time, but still great. But yeah, this is my top 10 plus a few honorable mentions of my favorite games of the decade. What did you think? Do you agree with me? I know most people probably won't. I don't care. These are mine. I have my opinions. But I'm DC. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and watch the rest of my awards this week. Bye. Hello, I'm the AC. Man, you're right. I know, I normally don't talk, but this is the AC Stories. I just want to start off with a little announcement. So on January 1st, I plan on releasing a little collection of short stories. 5, actually. Varying lengths, varying genres. But maybe a little something for everybody. Who knows? I've been working on editing these, making them really worthy of even publishing them to begin with. But yeah, January 1st, 2020, I plan on having them published through Amazon, like 99 cents. you know, ebook, Kindle, whatever. Yeah, you should check it out. I thought I was going to do this sooner, but as it got close to the end of the year, I was like, you know what? Might as well wait. Do it at the beginning of the year. Start the year off with a bang. But enough of that. This is the AC Stories. This is where I read a story. So here's the part 3 of Snippets. Something that's not in my short story collection, but something I've still been working on. So here we go. I did not notice the exact moment my body fell asleep. The void swallowed me up seamlessly. This time, however, the shock was less detrimental. My memories are still scrambled, yet the events that just happened give me something to focus on. Many more questions bombard me because of it too. Somehow, sorting them all out should be my first step, but I cannot help lingering on the identity of the man in the bed. I feel such a strong connection to him. Who exactly is this person to me? Am I just a dog? Right? This does not feel right though. I should still have some memories as a dog if it was true. Then again, I do not have any past memories of anything anyways. Huh. There's some kind of barely existing ringing. When listening more intensely, other sounds start to accumulate into my hearing. Now it sounds like it could be someone talking, but it's so soft and stuffy, it just comes out as a mumble. Everything is pitch black though, so it's impossible to tell where the sound is coming from. It grows louder and clearer, to the point where I can almost understand it. Oh, Jasper, did Mom lock you out of the house again? Kathy's voice suddenly bursts in my hearing and interrupts my focus on the other voice. I am brought back to staring at the window, except for now it is the only source of light in this dark night. The weight of a hand rubbing down my back draws my attention to Kathy. Before even turning to look at her, though, a stale yet pungent odor ambushes my nose. It is familiar, but not in a pleasant way. Seeing her now, even with only limited light, it is obvious the cheerful act I saw before is gone. The damp black smudges crawling down her face completely betray the fake smile she is forcing. The style of her outfit is also opposite from before. Now she wears a small black top covering barely more than her chest, and a sleek black skirt hardly longer than her top. She is also holding a pair of black high heels in the hand not rubbing me. The longer I see her like this, the heavier my unpleasant feeling becomes. Okay, we should go inside, Kathy tells me while getting back up on her feet. I follow behind her carefully so she does not stumble over me during her spastic swaying. When the red front door open, the only thing visible inside the house is a light stretching out of a room at the end of the hallway. Kathy leads me down the hallway, but stops right before the light can reach her. She leans against the door frame of the lit room and peeks inside. Although unsure what she is doing, I copy her anyways. Inside the room, Meredith is halfway laying over the man in the bed with her face just an inch from his. I see her mouth moving before hearing soft muttering. Even when trying to focus on her, I cannot make out what she is saying to the man. Something is making me want to continue to her. Yes, I want to know what she is saying, but it feels like there's something else also drawing me over. Right when I'm about to drift into the room, Kathy brushes against me. I turn around to see her enter a room directly across the hallway. She does not turn on the light, but I can see her plop down onto the bed with the tiny amount of light sneak into her room. Hello, I'm the AC. This is the word of the AC. And my word these past 10 years, I kind of can't believe them. Honestly, you don't realize how much can happen in 10 years. But I've also realized how much I've grown in 10 years. I'm 25 now. 10 years is just a little less than half my life. When I think back on everything I've done, I can't believe it. But I'm going to go year by year since 2010 up until now to say what has happened in the world of the AC. 2010. It was my second semester at a new school. I feel like I finally have figured out how to deal with this new school. I wasn't happy moving here in the first place. I mean, fuck Tennessee, right? But 2010, besides that, I don't really feel like I did much. Except for, I don't know, I entered a little math competition. It was a weird little thing. And in my school, that semester, I got 7th out of 40 in my category. The highest from my school, but here's the catch. I answered C for mostly everything that I could. I mean, I still tried. I didn't just go in there and be like, fuck it. But the way the competition works is you get 4 points for every correct answer. You lose 1 point for every wrong answer. I was like, okay, doing a little mental math, and I was like, okay, how about this? If I just get C right away, I can at least get an answer in. It might be right, it might be wrong, whatever. So that's what I did for most of them. It worked out. Highest of my school, 7th out of 40 some. Not too bad. The funny thing is, the pre-test I took to get into this competition, 3 people in my class were chosen. I was the 3rd because I put C literally for almost everything. It works. Funny thing is, in another English class, I put C for entirely for another test I didn't want to take anyways. And I was like, man, this is probably going to be bad. Turns out, somehow the test got lost. I didn't do it, but C never fails apparently. One way or another, it gets through. But this was an interesting year for me, because that was my second semester of my sophomore year of high school. I was going into my junior year of high school, also meaning I finally turned 16. I could finally drive. And I didn't really care about driving that much. I sure miss it now. But 2011 comes along, and I was like, what did I do in 2011? Apparently quite a bit. So in 2011, I start my senior year, and it was great because I did many of things. One is I led a project to paint a map of Northern Europe on the wall of the classroom. Don't really know why our teacher let us do that. He did. I led it. I painted it. Went and got all the supplies. I led the people to do what they did. And as far as I know, it's still there. It was great. Another thing, I participated in a 50-mile hike to celebrate the Canterbury Tales. We didn't tell stories while we hiked for some reason. Wouldn't make sense. I made it 30 miles. It took me about 12 to 13 hours. Only stopped once to eat. That was where I messed up, because once you stop walking, you do not want to start again. But 30 miles in one day, I'm a big dude. I'm not the most athletic dude. That was impressive for me though. 2012. A whole lot happened in 2012. I don't even realize how much I did this year until I think back at it. 2012. Did the hike again. Made it 35 miles this time. Another 13 hours of my day. Whatever. But 2012, I graduated high school. I went to San Diego. I met my Filipino side of my family finally. I started college. I started college with a girlfriend. And I went to college for music. Apparently this is the busiest semester of my undergrad, because we were showcasing a concert in Austin, Texas in November. So it was literally rehearsals all the time. We had a 90-minute set. We had 14 pieces, all memorized. We rehearsed like crazy. It was awesome. It was a great way to start. We went on a week-long tour from Tennessee down to Austin, Texas, It was awesome playing at a lot of different places, schools. Get to Austin, Texas on Halloween night. We do rehearsals. Then Halloween, 6th Street, partying. I didn't party because at that point I was still only 18. But I joined everyone else. I did whatever. Did our concert. It went great. Met a lot of the composers. It was an awesome experience. I was like, I'm going to do this forever. But we move on. That was 2012. A lot of stuff happened. Oh, it was a busy one. Because when you compare it to 2013, I didn't do much. I went to that same percussion convention, this time in Indianapolis. First time going to Indy, that was cool. But yeah, really not much happened, I gotta say. Eventually went to my first teachers conference. That was cool. But we keep moving right along. 2014, going into a third year of college. This was a cool year. I started a little percussion duo with one of my friends. Played my first recital. But 2014 was also an interesting year for me. Not as interesting as 2016, but this is when I started my party scene. I don't know. Going into my third year of college, maybe a little late start. Who knows? But it was fun. But keep going in 2015. 2015 is where it's at. I turned 21. Eventually had my duo recital. I went and played in. This is 2000. Wait, when did I go and play? All these memories get mixed up. 2015. Where was that? Yeah, I went and played in Chicago Symphony Hall. Yeah, I do some cool stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, turned 21, got pretty much wasted on my birthday, blah blah blah. Moved into my first house with my friends. Moved into a second apartment not long after with one of those other friends because of situations. And then, man, this year started in my 4th year with undergrad. I should have started teaching, and I did. I was teaching high school marching band, but mainly the percussion. Taught a few lessons, whatever. It was fun. But then it goes into 2016. 2016 is the end of my 4th year. Still just enjoying this last year. Been partying a whole lot. And man, getting a little tired of it. 2017, 16 starts my actual teaching in a school as a real band director. I still haven't finished my undergrad though, because that's how the stupid program works. Whatever. And then into 2017, the other most eventful year of my life. Finished my undergrad, finished teaching, decide teaching public school kind of sucks. Not teaching itself. I love teaching band, I love teaching music. Man, public schools, there's so much other shit I didn't want to do. And like, I get it, that's being a teacher. And I was like, I want to do my master's. I want to do my master's in ethnomusicology. Let's see who can help me out. No one. So I finished my 3rd recital at this point. Previous Halloween, I also hosted our annual haunted music building musical event. That was a headache, but it was fun. It was still cool. But yeah, 2017, graduated, decided to do my master's in ethnomusicology, and where better to do that than where I am now, in Hawaii. 2017, I moved to Hawaii. It was not what I expected. I loved it here, but it's a whole lot different than Tennessee. A lot better than Tennessee, because like I said, fuck Tennessee. And it started great. I was really enthusiastic. You kind of get used to Hawaii though. 2018, didn't do much. I went to a conference in Albuquerque. That's pretty much the highlight of that. Still just working on, trying to figure out what I want to do. Focusing on Filipino music. I was working at a Greek restaurant. That was a cool experience. Meet a lot of people. Made a lot of friends. But yeah, 2018 wasn't that eventful, you know, besides living in Hawaii. 2019, yes, that's right, we arrived into the year we are in now. 2019 has been weird. 2019, finished my second year, started my third year of my master's. But what's great, over the summer I finally got to go to the Philippines. It was great. I spent a month there, just traveling a few different cities, all by myself. It was an experience. I really enjoyed it. Came back, started my third year, and this semester, man, it went by fast. But as you may guess, one of the more eventful things I started doing at the end, 2 months before the end of the year, started this YouTube channel. So that's where we're at now. I know that's a whole lot of jumbled mess. I have a whole lot more stuff that happened to me. That's just kind of what popped in my mind while standing here telling you this one. But yeah, that was the past 10 years of the world of VAC. What has the past 10 years been like for you? Has it been eventful? I bet there's been a whole lot more stuff that's happened to you, good or bad. I stuck with the good because who wants bad stuff in their life? But yeah, it's nice to just reflect. And I look forward to the next 10 years of my life. Who knows where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, how much uglier I'm going to get, whatever. Hopefully not any fatter, but whatever. I'm the AC. Thank you for watching. Bye. What you doing, Taco? I'm the AC. This is going to be a long one because I am going over my favorite top 100 anime of the decade. Yes, this is a rebuttal from when Crunchyroll posted their top 100. I didn't like most of it. We had a few in common. Didn't really care about that much. But let's start. This is going to be a long one. I'm going to fly through it. There are 100 of them. So let's go. Number 100, starting it from the bottom going up to the top, we have Asobi Asobase Workshop of Fun. Keep going. I'm not going to say all the numbers because that's going to take a lot of breath out of me. Okay, but keep on. Then there's Aho Girl. Next, Planet With. Next, How Not to Summon Demon Lord. Blue Exorcist. Wacky TV 999. Home to Kyoto. Our Life Has Always Been 10 centimeters apart. Forest of Piano. A Sister's All You Need. A Place Further Than the Universe. Laid Back Camp. A Gene Demon Human. Ero Manga Sensei. A Town Where You Live. The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Raymo. Double Decker Doug and Space Sandy. Fire Force. Banana. Radiant. Fruits Basket. Convenience Store Boyfriends. Fox Spirit Matchmaker. My First Girlfriend is a Girl. Citrus. Tanaka-kun is always listless. My mental choices are completely interfering with my school romantic comedy. My Love Story. Muyo and Ryuji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. Cautious Hero. Angels of Death. My Team Romantic Snafu. We Never Learn. Bokuben. Curl on Tuesday. Psychopaths. Overchan Can't Study. Relife. The Promised Neverland. Your Lie in April. Chihaya Furu. Nisei Koi Fuka. 18F. Charlotte. Goblin Slave. Masamune Kun's Revenge. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl. Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Cells at Work. Gamers. Fastest Finger First. The World God Only Knows. Konosuba. God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. Love Tyrant. Love is Like a Cocktail. The Magnet. Ancient Magus Bride. K. If it's for my daughter, I would even defeat a demon lord. Domestic girlfriend, Kaguya-sama, Love is War, My Roommate is a Cat, Boruto, Sword Art Online, Black Clover, Food Wars, Golden Time, Kids on the Slope, Glass Slip, Monthly Girls, Nozaki-kun, Erase, Orisuke, Anunatsu de Matoru, Anohana, The Flower We Saw That Day, No Game No Life, Megalobox, Seven Deadly Sins, The Cereal, Kokoro Connect, One Punch Man, The Rising of the Zero, Mob Psycho 100, Hunter x Hunter, ReZero, Sound Life in Another World, My Little Monster, Magi the Labyrinth of Magic, and the Sinbad spinoff. That was a good one. I'm finally getting into my top 15. This one's the 14th one. The Sinbad spinoff of Magi, I don't know, people say it differently. But the spinoff was great. The Magi was one of the first animes I watched once I got once I got the Crunchyroll. Even though I watched it, I think on Netflix. When did I watch it? No. But let's slow the pace down as we get into these ones I really loved. Let me talk about them because, I like to talk. Number 13, Durarara. This anime seems so complex. There's so many characters and everything mixed together. If you ever seen it, you know how it goes. It was great. It was one of the first animes that made me want to go and buy the manga, even though it's a light novel. But at that time, I wasn't that into light novels yet. I was mainly into manga. But yeah, keep going. Sinru Girl. Holy shit. This anime is adorable. It's just a girl who likes scenery poetry. But she is the sweetest thing. I don't know why I loved it so much. I couldn't help. I always look forward to it. Number 11, Demon Slayer. This one's just cool. Like, the art style, the art is almost like poetry. The way he kills the demons with water techniques, it's just fun to watch. Dr. Stone is number 10. This one is just smart. It's sciencey. Don't need to know the story of it because I feel like this one's pretty popular. It's a great story. It has the scientific side of it. It has the heartfelt side of it. The characters are great. You still don't kind of understand the main antagonist at this point, but season 2 is coming eventually. Looking forward to that. Now, number 9, Lupin the Third Part 4, 5, and then the Fujiko spinoff, whatever you call it. Now, Crunchyroll put the Fujiko one in their top 25. It was good. I really enjoyed part 4. That's my favorite part so far. But the reason I love this one is before 3 years ago, I never even heard of what Lupin was. I don't know how. It's an old anime. But at my first anime convention I went to, I started watching Lupin the Third Part 4. Immediately loved it. Watched the entire Lupin series all the way up. Hopefully they get number 6, but who knows. Number 8 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and bizarre it is. This one was a recommendation from one of my friends, and I always saw memes of it, like people hating on it. I don't know what the fuck they're hating on. This show is awesome. This show is so cool. And my favorite is Battle Tendencies, but later on when they do the stands, that's cool too. Whatever. Now, number 7. And really, it's kind of, I want to put it higher, but it's Junji Ito's collection. I love Junji Ito's manga. The horror and the anime I thought was great. People shit on that too. Man, people shit on a lot of stuff I talk about and that I love. But, fuck them. They can prefer what they like. I'm not going to hate on them in this video. I hate on them to their face because that's what I prefer to do. So if you hate what I hate, I still respect your choices. But anyways, Junji Ito, I thought it was great. Yeah, being in color is kind of weird, whatever. But the stories and the art, I still felt was all there. It's still all connected fine. Number 6, Bakuman. I love Bakuman. Oh man. And I felt the anime was great going alongside the manga. The Bakuman manga is my favorite manga of all time. But yeah, this one was terrific. Another one I just started watching with my friend. I finally got him to watch it. I mean, it's great. It's, the Death Note successor, the next one after that, same creators. It's long, I love it. Great story, great romance, and for something about just creating manga, it's pretty intense. You know, you never know what's going to happen. That's just their genius level of story creation. Number 5 is Kids Never. Now, when this one's coming out, Crunchyroll advertised it hard, and then they forgot about it as soon as it came out. Don't know why. I was surprised this one was on their list. I love Kids Never. This anime made me feel something, and it's kind of similar to Kokoro Connect, but you know, still kind of different. Whatever. But I don't know. There's so much feels, especially like halfway through the season when they're all just like falling apart and losing it because they're all falling for each other, and it's, oh man, it hurt. I watched the episode by itself. Just woo. Let's move on. So, less serious is My Hero Academia. This one's just awesome to watch. I don't know. And then, it's just something I can talk about with a lot of my friends because the action is there. The action, I've never watched anything where just fighting was so intense they actually made me like get chills and excited for what I was watching. Yeah, there's not much story in My Hero Academia. But oh well. I don't know. It's cool. It's up there. It's great. I always enjoy watching it. But whatever. Number 3. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit on this one. But whatever. I know this list is supposed to start from 2010 on, but it's Fairy Tail. Technically, Fairy Tail came out in Japan at the end of 2009, but technically at that point there wasn't like Crunchyroll and all this other stuff that was legally given, you know, streaming anime. So it came out in the US in 2011. So I count it. The reason I love this anime is I had a weekly time. Every time a new episode came out, starting sometime halfway through college, my friend and I would get together everywhere just to watch Fairy Tail and do it, you know, drinks and whatever. And I still just loved it. It has some cool fight scenes. It has some epic moments. It's terrific. Now, my top 2. First, start with Kawaii Complex. And there's a longer name. I'm not going to say the whole thing. And like behaviors and manners and blah blah blah. Whatever. I love this anime. I don't know why. Something about it just makes me want to rewatch it over and over again. And then I read the manga, and I love that one too. Over and over again. I don't know. I think I just really like the main girl and how much she loves reading, and then the guy and how sweet he tries to be, but how nervous, and the relationship and whatever. Who knows? Kawaii Complex. It's great. And I feel like not enough people know about this show. What's going on? Now, number 1 anime of the decade, and it was my number 1 anime of all time for a really long time. It is the anime that got me started on watching all the other animes I ever watched. It is High School of the Dead. Yeah, it's super ecchi. You know, boobs going all over the place. But zombies, I love zombies. And there's kind of just a nostalgia thing. It came out right in 2010. And I watched it over a winter break. I watched it on Netflix. The reason I love it is it's one of 2 animes of all time that I prefer the English dub, because I felt like there's actual passion in the voice acting. And I've watched this anime I don't know how many times. And then, you know, sadly the manga probably isn't going to get continued ever by anyone because whatever. Man, the story and the emotion they put in it. I love zombie stuff. When I watched it, it was in a time of my life where I needed something like this to get me excited about zombies again. And it inspired me to start creating my own zombie story, which I'm 3 chapters into. One day I'll finish it. And then the story I started off of it was also based on that time of my life where it was just me and my youngest brother. I was just taking care of him while the rest of my family was gone. And I was watching anime and he was doing whatever he was doing as a little kid. High School of the Dead. Favorite anime of all time. Maybe a little biased because of nostalgia. And like I said, if push it back one more year, it'll be Toradora. I'm cheating a little bit. Toradora is my favorite anime of all time. And it's also my Christmas tradition for some reason. That's right, December 25th. Even though I don't celebrate Christmas, for some reason I always binge Toradora. 25 episodes. My favorite English dub of all time. But, anyways, you heard my list. really quickly through the first 85 of them, but what do you think? Eventually, I will put an actual written list somewhere. That way, you can actually see what I said in that really quick moment that I said everything. But yeah, those are my top favorite things. I'm the AC. Thank you for watching. Bye. What's up? What you doing, other nerds? I'm the AC. It's been a long awards week, I tell you what. I definitely am just doing all this in one take, right back to back. It's getting hot, I'm losing clothes, whatever. Let's continue. So, for this video, I'm doing two categories. My top 10 of the decade, of the 2010s, favorite shows that are not anime, because anime has a huge advantage, let's be honest. And then I'm doing my top 10 movies. Except for I'm starting with the movies. So let's go. Top 10 movies. Number 10. Now, this is a little weird one. I saw it recently. It came out in 2016. Not necessarily English because it's not. It is Always Be My Maybe. Yeah, Netflix had another one, but there's a Filipino one. In 2016, there was a Filipino movie called Always Be My Maybe. I loved it. It was great. But that's about it. I don't watch that many movies, honestly. But this one I really love. It was something sweet about it. Number 9. I feel like a lot of people will agree with this one. Maybe probably put it further up on the list. But it is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This was a cool movie. I watched it a few times actually. And people say it's probably the best Spider-Man movie. I agree. I mean, just maybe it's animation, and obviously maybe I like animation more than other things. So maybe it's cheating. But super cool Spider-Man movie. I know it's on Netflix now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Spider-Man was already one of my favorites. I don't care about Superman. Spider-Man was one of my favorite superheroes anyways. But yeah, definitely a watch. Number 8. Oh, look, I love rom-com anime. If you watch my top 100 anime, and if you look at that list, you'll probably see most of them are rom-coms. A Netflix movie to all the boys I loved before. One, I just really like the main actress. She's adorable. She's cool. She's in another show I really like, which is also on another list I'll get to in a bit. But it's just a sweet movie, and they're coming out with a second one. I really like it. Number 7 is Zombieland 2. Mainly because I couldn't put Zombieland, but I felt like it was on par with the first one. For a sequel, it was great. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was fun, funny. One of the parts I thought would annoy me most, the Valley girl speaking chick, Zoe Deschanel. Is that? No, that's not her name. Fuck, what's her name? Who's the actress that plays that dumb girl? Anyways, I thought she would annoy me. She didn't. Number 6. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Came out in 2010. Man, this movie has everything almost I would want. It's not a horror movie, which is my favorite genre. But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Video games, music, a lot of Nintendo references. I don't know, Ramona, for some reason I'm super attracted to. And then Knives I'm super attracted to. It had good girls. And like the whole dye, I think this is where it comes in, where I really like girls with dyed hair. I don't know why, but only if it's blue or purple, and only if it's done really well, and it looks good. But man, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is something I feel like people just have forgotten about. It's a treasure. Number 5 is A Silent Voice. Yes, an anime movie. Still a movie. Um, I didn't include any anime movies in my top 100 animes because of this list. But yeah, Silent Voice. I went and saw it in theaters, and it caught me completely off guard. I didn't know what it was, but it was an anime movie. I was like, I'm gonna go watch it, and I loved it. Loved it so much. I even bought a box set of the manga, which is also on another list for what I read. Okay, number 4, Train to Busan. This was the first time I went and hung out with, well, actually hung out with my current friends. We woke up one morning after a long night of having fun, and we just watched Train to Busan. It's a Korean movie. It's a zombie movie. It is fucking awesome. If you have not watched Train to Busan and you love zombies, I don't know what you've been doing with your time. Maybe you're not a true zombie fan. Train to Busan is emotional. It has good characters that you come to love, even though you start off hating them, and then some you still just hate the whole time because that's what you do. Number 3. Number 3 is fucking stupid. Okay. Honestly, I love what I love. But what I didn't realize I loved is musicals. I'm also not crazy about Christmas. So the reason this one's on my list completely confuses me. It's Anna and the Apocalypse. It's a zombie Christmas musical. And I love it. Maybe the music's catchy. I just wanted to watch it. I ended up buying it. And I watched it 3 days in a row. And I still regularly rewatch it. It's not terribly long. But I don't know why I like it so much. It's ridiculous. But I had to put it at number 3. Just because of how much I've rewatched it. I rewatched it a few days ago. I can't help it. Number 2 is both the Wolverine and Logan. I like the Wolverine a little better than Logan, but Logan is still just wonderful, heart-touching, all that. These movies are great. Wolverine is my favorite superhero of all time, and in the Wolverine, he goes to Japan, and like the whole X-Men thing is kind of just a mess. But the Wolverine, he's just awesome. Logan was a nice end to the Wolverine, and you get his daughter, which is also super badass, and I hope they come out with another movie just for her and leading someone. I don't know. I have a whole lot of theories about this one, about what would be cool to do with her. But I mean, growing up, I don't know if I want to watch a movie about a little kid going around kicking ass. That could be cool. Now, number 1 movie of the decade is actually 2 movies because it's Sinister 1 and 2, and 2 is a direct sequel, unlike a lot of horror movies. Man, this one is creepy. It's just creepy. One, because little kids are creepy, and they have a little girl that ends up killing their family in the first one, and little girls are fucking creepy. I don't like it, especially the little white redhead girl. Nope, hell no. And the second one was funny because it starts the deputy of the first one. Kind of lovable, nervous guy, but he continues. And what I love about it is I went and saw the second one with a group of friends one day. And, like, I made them watch the first one. But a lot of the friends hadn't. I was like, while we're in the movie theater, I'm like, should we have went and watched the first one again for all the other people? And he's like, nah, they're not connected. And then, right away, it pops up, and it's the deputy. I was like, you fucker. I was like, I told you. We should. It didn't matter. But yeah, this movie, I watched both these movies. I watch a lot with my brothers. My brothers and I, we love horror movies. But this is something we watch together a lot. But those are my top 10 movies of the decade. Let's move on to my top 10 non-anime shows. Let's start with Riverdale. Number 10 is Riverdale. Based off the Archie comics, the main thing I love about the show is I'm pretty good at predicting what's going to happen. This show is really good at keeping me from doing that. Now, the latest couple seasons haven't been that spectacular. The first one was great. I loved it. I fell in love with it. Whatever. But yeah, Riverdale. It was interesting. I've read some of the Archie comics. I watched some of the cartoon as a kid. So yeah, Riverdale was a nice. I mean, they're not adults, but I'm an adult. Take on the Archie world. Number 9 is Alex Inc. Alex Incorporated, whatever. It was a new show from Zach Braff because I love the Scrubs, but it's not in this decade. But Scrubs is amazing. Zach Braff is amazing. This show was adorable. Like, it's just him, his wife, 2 little kids. he's starting his own company, and then he gets canceled. Also, Tia Sakura is absolutely beautiful. Man, she is. But anyway, I mean, beautiful people don't necessarily make a show great. But I really like this show. I don't understand why more people didn't. I don't know. Number 8, Daily Classic. Remember when I mentioned the main actress from To All the Boys I Love Boy? She is in this show too, and she fucking kicks ass. She is awesome in this. And this whole show is just cool too. It was a sci-fi show about an assassination school, blah blah blah, whatever. It was really cool. It also got canceled after only one season. Apparently I only like stuff that only I like and the other people don't like it. But I knew that. Whatever. Number 7 is Dragon Prince. I did a video on this earlier, so it's probably obvious from some of the same people as Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, you don't need me to talk about this any more than I already have. I made like a 25-minute video on just this season 3 of this show. So yeah, let's move on. Legend of Korra, of course, it comes on too. Started watching this around the beginning of when I started college. You know, cool spin-off sequel series to Avatar: Last Airbender. This I predicted perfectly. The very ending of it, I was like, I fucking knew it. Knew it! Anyways, going on. Rick and Morty. Enough said. Rick and Morty is hilarious. Rick is just, you can't hate him, even though he's kind of an asshole. Rick, and then Morty's just a little derp, whatever. But Dan Harmon, he really created a treasure with the show. I mean, a lot of people love it. Number 4 is The 100. Man, this show is brutal. I was hesitant to watch it first because it's about a lot of teens. I was like, I don't care about teen drama bullshit. But it's an apocalyptic world, which I love. I love apocalyptic stuff. 100 teens sitting down on Earth. It's pretty brutal. And one of the coolest things, though, is, one, they don't hold back on death for anyone. There's a whole lot of people dying. But you get to see characters grow. And then also, apparently, looking into it, a lot of the big events and whatever that happen are based off of real historical events. So that's a cool little hidden thing in there. Number 3 is New Girl. I love sitcoms. My favorite show of all time, or what was number 1 of all time, was How I Met Your Mother. New Girl was my replacement sitcom. Once I finished that for like the 5th time, eventually started watching this. I loved it too. I mean, it's over now. Whatever. Number 2. What was my number 1 show of all time before I watched How I Met Your Mother, or before I got obsessed with it, was The Walking Dead. And then, of course, the spin-off Fear of Walking Dead, which was also great until these past couple seasons. Walking Dead, I just fucking love zombies, dude. Zombies are what's up. I don't know why. I remember going all the way back to, like, watching Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island or whatever. I love zombies. The first, I think, zombie movie I ever watched was Land of the Dead, and it's great. Walking Dead, I feel like everyone knows about Walking Dead. But then, my number 1 show of all time and of this decade, and I don't know how anything else will ever beat it, it's The Magicians. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've talked about The Magicians before. The Magicians, it's amazing. One, it's just, the story is phenomenal. The social context and what they do with it is not blatantly obvious, but it's there, and like, it shouldn't be obvious. It doesn't need to be obvious. But I have so many theories about the show. You've heard me talk about it before. If I had a dream, I would just find people who also watch The Magicians and just make a daily podcast of it, because I can talk about Magicians, my theory of what happens in it, what I think is going to happen in it, what should happen in it. I also read in the books, because I have all these books. I have them right here, actually. And it's awesome. The Magicians is my favorite show of the decade, of all time. I don't know how anything can beat it. But what do you think? What have you watched, movies, show-wise? Did you agree with anything on my list? I'm the AC. This is my second from last video of the awards week. Thank you for watching again. Bye. It's hot. Woo! It has been a long awards week. It has been a long day for me, but we've finally come to the end. Oh man. What you reading on DAC? As you can see, I'm pretty much down to nothing, almost, because it's been hot, it's been long. I've been doing this, I'm getting already kind of tired, even though it's kind of only the beginning of the day for me. I've been trying to be more energetic because these awards are exciting, right? Let's get on with it. These are the top 10 things I've read in this past decade that have came out this decade, because I've read a lot of other stuff that hasn't came out in this past decade. Because books don't go bad. Stories last forever. I still like physical copies, so people with digital copies only can go fuck themselves, because they're not going to have those forever. And, you know, until my books get eaten away by whatever kills books in real life. So, let's start with number 10. A.R. Dragonfly. Now, this is a book I read most recently. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm not just saying it because, like, you know, it's whatever. It's a light novel. I just really do generally enjoy this book. So, I like the pacing, I like the characters, and it's still ongoing. I'm looking forward to the 5th volume, which I think has just came out a couple days ago. I know it did when I started recording this video, which is all whatever. Number 9. This one's kind of dumb. I don't blame. Number 9 is the Splatoon manga. Yes, I'm including manga in this list because I read those too, even though they're both stories and art. But I read a lot of manga. I tried not to make it only manga, but whatever. Splatoon manga is kind of dumb. But I love the Splatoon games, as you may have seen in a different video. And I love the manga. They're just dumb, silly stuff that I keep looking forward to the next volume. I can't help it. Number 8, a Silent Voice manga. Yes, more manga, blah blah blah. This one, I watched the movie. I love the movie. Eventually, I got the box set as a gift. I read it all immediately. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I read all 7 volumes back to back without any stopping, because they're just terrific. And they have a lot more than what the movie had. It was terrific. Number 7 is The Magician's King and The Magician's Land. You know, the second and third book of the Magician series. I left out the first one because I don't think it was included in this decade. But, you know, overall, the Magician series is was up. Woo! But keep those out. Keep reading those as I keep watching the show over and over again. 6 is Platinum End. I would include Pokemon, but it was also not completely in this decade. But Platinum End just is same creators of Death Note and Pokemon. It's a great series I've really been into. One of the only mangas I started reading that is like a new series that I get as it comes out. But yeah, I just really enjoy it. Number 5, Ready Player One. I watched the movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought the movie was really fun. Like, for a movie that you just sit there and watch, it was still really fun to watch. And then I got the book right away after watching it. I read it. The book is great too. I mean, it's a lot different than movies. But, yeah. I think they did fine with the movie and the book. Number 4, The Heroes of Olympus. Now, the reason I put this on here is it's like the sequel series to the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Percy Jackson. And, you know, it was just a great... I really like mythology kind of stuff. And this one they added the Greek and Roman mythology and kind of pitted those against each other. And I really like the way Rick Riordan like did all that. Number 3. I already mentioned the anime as my number 2. But number 3 on the things I've read, the Kawaii Complex Guide to Manners and Hostile Behavior manga. It is great. One, I would read this anywhere I could. This is one of the best parts about digital copies is being able to read. I would read this in a bar. I'll get all giddy and all happy. I'll read this from wherever I was. Read it on the Crunchyroll app. I'm so glad they had it on there. It was terrific. Number 2, if you didn't know, The Walking Dead has novels, and they are really good. The first, it plays off on how the governor gets to Woodbury, and then what happens after he dies with Lily Call. And you kind of see where the show gets some of its ideas, and how it keeps going, like what happens to Woodbury afterwards. Because, if you've seen the show, you see that. But yeah, the books are terrific. They're really interesting. There's, 6 of them, something like that. I don't remember. Read them all, bought them all. They're awesome. My number 1 thing I read of all time is actually not a manga. Surprisingly, it's a light novel. Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? These light novels are terrific. I haven't even gotten to the end, or like to the most current one, but the fight scenes are exciting. I like the whole level system and the goddess interactions and how that whole system works. I like the anime. The anime was fun. I was really disappointed how they adapted the 8th volume in the anime, but I'm a little bitter. Whatever. I thought the pacing of the anime could have slowed a lot down because the books are terrific. My favorite thing I've read. Man, I just need to catch up. That's what's up. But yeah, and to end this list, to end all these awards, I have an honorable mention. It's the Junji Ito manga, of course. He's my favorite mangaka. The reason I didn't include him on the list is because a lot of the stuff he wrote, all the collections are coming out with stuff from a long time ago. He's like an OG horror manga writer. And even though I bought all his new collection that came out, even though I just did a video of his adaptation on No Longer Human, yeah, he's just an honorable mention. Oh, I'm sorry, I want you to be my number 1. Whatever. But, what do you think? This is the end of the awards. Oh, man. Whew, it was a long day. It got hot. It's actually only been like, an hour or so for me. I don't know how long I've been doing this. This has been a really long time. This is going to be a really long video. I'm actually just cutting it to many other videos. If you want to see this whole video, I will post this entire award ceremony, my top 10 ceremony, afterwards. But for now, you get a week. I hope you enjoyed this week of my top 10. I'm the AC. Let me know what you thought about everything I've ever said. It's the end of the year. We're going to start the next year strong. But thank you for watching sincerely. I know this was a weird end to the year. I started this only a couple months ago. A weird time to start. YouTube itself is kind of, not as a big a thing as it used to be. But, I do this for fun. Anyways, bye.